Welcome to Dermot's Pride to Briar here. In this video, it's going to be about a cigar. I only ordered one box of cigars, and I'm in a cigar mood for a little bit. Anyways, I ordered a box, and I've already had these cigars before, so I know they're phenomenal. But I decided to do a review and make a video on that. So, anyways, it's the Gloria Cubana Series R, and I've already done my cut, normal circle cut. Now when it comes to cigars, you can do punch, draw enhancer tool, and V cut and circle cut. Circle cut is this. V cut is where you indent a V in the cigar. Punch is where do a little quick punch in, punch out. That creates like a ring, I think. I don't know. I ain't never used a punch, so I don't know about punch really. But I have used a draw enhancer tool, which is like a long needle. And you drill it at the end here, all the way down. And if the cigar is longer than a needle, all you gotta do is take this end and do the same thing. And that creates a solid small hole through your cigar. That's why they call it the draw enhancer tool. You can get that anywhere. It's on Amazon and stuff like that. I use that from time to time. But when you use draw enhancer tool, you gotta be careful because you can easily damage your cigar, and you don't want to do that. So with a circle cut, it's just cut. That's it. Most circle cutters are just like a normal circle cutter that does not have a plate in the back. I think I got mine off Amazon. It's like $20-something for my cigar cutter, but it's called the Perfect cigar cutter, I think. Anyways, what it does is this one has a plate in the back, and so you put your cigar right on the plate, and then you cut it, and they'll make a perfect cut every time. That's why they call it the Perfect cutter. So that's what I use when I go to prepare a cigar. Either draw enhancer tool or that Perfect cutter. Now I always go for this size, the Churchills. I like this is a 7 by, I think 54, 52 or 54. I think it's 54. I can't remember. It's one of those sizes. Anyway, I go for a 7 inches in length by either 50 or 52 or 54. That's what I go for. Because for me, the longer the cigar, the better it is for me. I like the long ones. I've had short ones. Those are great too, if you wanted a short one. But I like it long as can be. That's my size, the Churchill. So I already made my cut and everything. Now all I gotta do is light the bad boy and get to it. Now I've had this before numerous times, and this is one of the good cigars. It's called La Gloria Cubana Series R. The wrapper is Sumatra, Ecuador. I don't have the list of the tobacco it's in it or whatever. Uh, you know me. When it comes to pipes, pipe tobacco, cigars, it's either bad, good, or I love it. I mean, that's it. But I forgot the components of the cigar, but I know it's a really good, high quality cigar. I don't know the price right off the bat for a single cigar, but for a box of 24, I do know the price of that because that's what I paid for. It was $260 for a box of 24 of these, 7 by 54. For a box of 24, 260. Now with that price range, it's high, but if you had this cigar before and you know it's a high quality cigar, because it is, uh, you're not going to be disappointed. I mean, yeah, it's a little pricey, but for a box of 24, that's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad either. If they would narrow down the price to about 200, that'd probably be better for me. But I don't make them. I don't sell them. I just smoke them. Well, I buy them too. So, when it comes to a cigar, there's a first body, second body, which is the middle body, and then a third. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you it is, in my opinion, a very good cigar. That's why I bought a box, because I had it before and all that. But, I'm going to light it up here. Now, when it comes to cigars, I still use matches when I'm in the house. But when it comes to outside, I use a Zippo. And I use the normal insert on a Zippo. I don't use the pipe tobacco insert from a Zippo. I mean, I know I can use the pipe tobacco insert in a Zippo, type of Zippo, but I don't know. I just like using the normal Zippo insert for a Zippo to light my cigar when I'm outside. It's what I like to do. I know there's some people that like, when it comes to cigars, they don't use a soft flame. Some people prefer the torch flame. Not me. I like to use the soft flame. But if I ever can, I use a match. That's my number one go-to. And then can't use a match, then I'll use a Zippo. And with this size cigar, it burns a long time and it's slow. And I smoked one yesterday, and it took me about 2 hours to smoke it. Now, I'm not going to be on here for 2 hours. I know y'all probably wouldn't like that. But I'm going to be on here for a little bit to tell you how it is while I'm smoking it. Now, I smoked a lot of these. And about the cigar brand Gloria Cubana. I've had every cigar from them. And every cigar I've had has been phenomenal. You can't go wrong with Gloria Cubana. I mean, I've had Gloria Cubana Series S that just recently came out. I had Series R, Series R Maduro. I had Series R Black, Series Black. I've had the Esteli. I've had the Classic. I've had the. I know I'm missing a few. But I've had every single cigar from this company, or this brand. So, in my opinion, every cigar I've had from them has been nothing but phenomenal. Nothing wrong. Although, when we're talking about the Classic, which is really good, it's a highly rated cigar. I found that the Classic one is a lot better aged a little bit than it is smoking fresh. With Series R, I'm the opposite. I like it fresh as possible and then smoking it. But I mean, I don't mind smoking it aged too. But this would be considered fresh because I got it last week. So. No, I didn't get it last week. I got the box in the mail Monday. So I got it this week. Anyway, let's get this thing lit up. Oh, I don't know what it is, but lately I'm in a cigar kick. Also, with my order, I ended up getting a free sample of cigars. Also, another thing, I got these cigars. I get my cigars from Cigars International. The reason being is that every time I get a cigar or order cigars and I get from Cigars International, the cigars have been flawless in condition wise, which is why I order from them, because I know I'm gonna get a cigar in great condition. It's not gonna be in terrible condition like some other places that I know of. But Cigars International, if you want a cigar, that's where to go. That is where to go. Now, SmokingPipes.com also has cigars. I don't think I've ever ordered cigars from them though, because I've always went to Cigars International. But that's where I get my cigars. The reason being is because I know my cigar is going to be in great condition when I get it. Whether it be a box, a sample, pack of 5, whatever. I know it's going to be in great condition. That's why I order from them. Because they know what they're doing. They specialize in cigars. Never had a complaint from them. Never. Get this match going here. See the image here. Need another match. I don't know what it is. Oh, I burned my fingers off. I think I got it. Trying to get to where it burns even. See, on a cigar, you wanna burn it even. Now with pipes, you don't have to worry about that, because in a pipe, your tobacco's gonna burn even no matter what, because it's got that bowl for support. This don't have a bowl, so this one you gotta. You gotta take a puff here and there. You can also blow it like that to get where you want it to go. Overall, it's where I want it to go. Looks like it is a little bit. And that's how I smoke a cigar. I usually take in a long puff, as long as possible, till you see smoke coming off at the end right here. And then I'll take a cigar out of my mouth and hold the smoke until, I don't know, about 70% of it's out of my mouth, and then blow the rest out of my mouth. I'm not inhaling it. You don't want to inhale this bad boy. This is actually a strong bad boy. Now, because I have high nicotine, I don't start feeling nicotine until the third body. As soon as it hits the third body, oh, I'm feeling it. It's a strong, stout cigar. So if you're a beginner, it's probably not your cup of tea. If you're got experience, it's probably your cup of tea. If you ain't never had it. Everyone I ever talked to, it's into cigars, has had it. And they all say the same thing. Most of them, they all say it's a pretty darn good cigar. And that's good that you get. I think I'm. Just making sure it's burn even. I can miss a smudge there. Man, this is a good cigar. Now, the reason why I know it's got a Sumatra wrapper on it is because the Sumatra wrapper is my favorite type of wrapper for a cigar. The Sumatra wrapper is number one for me. I'm not big into Connecticut, but I know there's a couple of cigars out there I really love that is Connecticut. But I don't really care for Connecticut. That might be just me. The Olivia Milano 3 Series is Sumatra wrapper too. And this is a real deal cigar too. This ain't no Swisher Sweets or fake cigar stuff. This is a real deal. I know they got a cigar lighter that It's like a circle, kind of looks like a flashlight, and you put your cigar on that and burn your cigar even every time. I thought about getting my hands on a lighter to try it out. Maybe I should. But the Series R is my number one favorite cigar from this brand because I don't know, it's really strong and stout, and I like that. Because when it comes to pipe tobacco, when it comes to cigars, I want strength. That's what I want. And speaking of cigars, when I picked up this box, I also had a deal where I picked up a sample of 5 different cigars, and I already smoked all 5. And it's only been what? See, today's Friday. So I got box Monday, Tuesday. It's only been 3 or 4 days, and I already smoked 5 cigars. Well, counting one of these would be 6. mm. But yeah, so first bite of the cigar just tastes great. It's smooth all the way throughout till you hit the third body. When you hit the third body, well, it's smooth all the way throughout, but after the first body of it, which is like just right here, and then here's the second body, and then the rest is the third. The first body of it, it is it's just smooth. Second, when you hit the second body of the cigar, it is it's smooth, but just a notch harder, I guess you could say. And then when you hit the third body, it's smooth but hard all the way throughout. And the hardness I'm talking about is the strength of the nicotine and everything. Yeah, it's a good cigar. Now in that sample, I did pick up uh, in that 5 cigar thing that I got for free with the box of cigars. I did find another cigar out of that sample that I really liked, and it was the Romeo Julieta Veggio. I don't know how you say it, but it was really good. Um, and that was my first Romeo Juliet cigar too, and it was really good. It was smooth all the way throughout. I'll do a video on that when I get a box in, because I'm definitely gonna get a box of that. That's pretty darn good cigar. That was something else right there. Trying to think. And there was another cigar in that batch I liked too. Another thing when it comes to cigars, and I'm trying them out. If I try out the cigar and I really love it, that means for me, it's box worthy. Um, when I like it, every now and again, that means it can be box worthy, but I probably just get it every once in a while. Probably like a single sticker or a pack of five. Um, Now, if I smoke the cigar and I don't like the cigar, and it's still a good cigar, but it's not box worthy, like it doesn't have the expectations out of cigar that I have for it, and it makes it not box worthy, then I'll probably never get a box of it. But this is my number one favorite cigar. Another thing about this cigar is that they have a size where it's the same length, 7 inches, but um, the ring gauge is um, 70. I think, yeah, the ring gauge is 70, so it's a 7 by 70. Those are the big boys. I mean, that's a wider smoke, even though this is already wide as is. This is a ring gauge 54, and it's pretty wide. Um, when it comes to ring gauges, I particularly like it to be in the 50 to 60 ring gauge, but long as possible. So, when it comes to cigars, that's what I like. Well, the size, I mean. And so, if you get the 7 by 70s, you're only going to get a box of 15 because of how big they are. You get the 7 by 54, and it's going to be a box of 24. Roughly the same price. So, I feel like you just get more out of it if you get the 7 by 54, you know. But yeah, I figured if I was going to do a cigar review video, whatever you call it, that I'm going to do my number one favorite cigar. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I smoke the cigar the same way I do on pipe. For the most part. And for the most part is when I take a big draw, hold a lot of smoke, and then let it out. Also, the smell of this cigar, well, let's go with the box smell first. It smells pretty darn good. I don't know how to describe the smell of it, really. All I know is, to me, it smells pretty darn good. Uh, Now, after smoking this cigar, the room note, it smells good, but not pretty good. I'm probably gonna say tolerable. Some people may think it's pleasant. Some people may think it's tolerable. But it's not bad, because when it comes to cigars, I don't look forward to that stuff. When it comes to cigars, I look for strength, taste, uh, and how long I can smoke it. If I can smoke it as long as possible, that's the key here. And that's the same thing for pipe tobacco too. Smoke as long as possible. That's the goal. Uh, Now you can do this. You can um, put the cigar down, take the ash off the cigar that you already smoked, and come back later and relight it and smoke it again. You can do that, but it's just not the same as when you first lit the cigar. Man, I love this cigar. And I don't know what it is when it comes to cigars, when it comes to pipe tobacco too. I don't like to drink anything with it. I just like to have the tobacco right then and there. And then after I'm done with it, after I'm done with the pipe or cigar, that's when I get something to drink. This is how I am on cigars and pipe tobacco. Don't know why, it's just how I am. But yeah, with me, I don't know what it is. It's like half the time of the year I'm on a pipe, and the other half the time of the year I'm on cigars. And right now I'm on a cigar kick. Now in my other videos, probably gonna have a pipe because this is the only cigar I got. It's the only kind of cigar I got. So in my next videos it'll be about pipe or whatever. But you know, I mind smoking a bowl. You know, just to show y'all and everything. Mm. It just tastes wonderful. This is number one cigar out of my top 25 cigar list that I really love. This is number one. I haven't had anything that beats it, but I've had things that's been close to it. Because my number two favorite cigar in the world was my number one. Till I discovered this cigar. And I was like, oh man. I think this one beats the number 2 or the number 1 at the time. So, and my number 2 favorite cigar would be the Gurkha 21 Years of Age. And that's the only Gurkha cigar I like. So, I think it's the only cigar I like that's got a Connecticut wrapper on it. So, I think there's another cigar that's got a Connecticut wrapper on it that I like or don't mind. I can't remember what that would be. Because I'm not big in Connecticut. I'm big in the Sumatra. I'm big into the Maduro, the Honduras. I'm big into all of it, but Sumatra's not my number 1. Number 2 probably Maduro. And it's a funny thing too. Before I got into pipes, I was big on cigars. I was huge on cigars before I ever got into pipes. And half that year, decided to give the pipes a shot, and I've been on that for a little while. And next thing I know, I'll go back and forth on cigars and pipe. But yeah, it's best to burn it even, get it lit all at once on the first time of lighting it, then to relight it. I mean, that's just how it is for me. Mm. When they say give a man a cigar, this is definitely one of them. I mean, if anybody had a good cigar collection, and this is one of the cigars they gave it to me, I'd be like, man, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. But I already know how I feel about this cigar. It pretty much burns even, unless you hotbox it. Well, that goes for any cigar. If you hotbox a cigar, it's gonna burn uneven, and you don't want that. You want it to burn even as possible, as long as possible. So you gotta take more time with the cigar than you do a pipe, which is fine because, like, for example, on the pipe you gotta go slow, and then on a cigar you gotta go slower. So that's how I look at it. This is a really good cigar. This is definitely a recommendation. Now, it's really strong. Don't let it fool you. It's strong. When you go to smoke it at first, like I said, for a beginner, when I was a beginner, I went straight to the strong stuff. And this is one of the strong ones. Now, it took time, but when I was a beginner, on the second body, when it reached that, that's when I started to feel it. Now, I don't start to feel it until I'm on the third body. Because I got high nicotine level, I guess. So, with that being said, you know, for a beginner, you want to go slow. And you want a smooth, slow, steady pace. But for a beginner, you may want to start with a smaller version of these cigars. Just so you don't get too much nicotine in you. You also don't want to inhale a cigar, because if you inhale a strong cigar like this, it will put you down. And it won't take much. Especially if you smoke the whole entire thing all the way through. I mean, oh my goodness. You're going to be laid up. So, but yeah, this is a highly recommended cigar. And you know me, I wouldn't recommend something if I think it's terrible. If it ain't no count, if it ain't no good, I ain't gonna recommend it. I just ain't gonna do it. But from my experience of having it, smoked it, and sharing my opinion on it, and it's really good, or if I love it, I'm gonna recommend it. It depends on what you're going for in a cigar. But if you give me the details on what you're going for, I tell you what I know and help you out. Same thing with pipe tobacco and pipes. When somebody sees me smoking a pipe or a cigar, they ask what I'm smoking or how is it, you know, stuff like that, questions like that. I tell them what I like and everything, and ask them to give them, if you're into it or if you want to get into it, you know, give me the details of what you like and what you don't like, and they'll do that, and then I'll be like, well, if you want something that is in the details you're looking for, from my experience, I will recommend a really good, high quality cigar. In that details you're looking for. Same thing with pipe or pipe tobacco. So it's always intriguing to have a conversation with somebody about cigars, pipe tobacco, things I know, you know, things I'm into. It's always nice to have a conversation about it, because I tell you all about it. It don't take much. All you gotta do is ask, and I tell you all about it. It's one reason why I do these videos. Tell you all what I know about it. And what I know about this cigar is that it's a phenomenal cigar. Also, if you don't know how to maintain cigars, and you can always use a humidor, but they're never airtight. So when you use a Bovita pack for your humidor, it's not gonna last long. It's gonna be like, I think that I think it's 2 months is when a Bovita pack will last. Now, also on that, there's the 70-70 rule when it comes to storing cigars for a long time. Uh, the 70-70 rule, it depends on where you're at with humidity and all that. What I do is I keep this place at 68 degrees. And they don't make a 68% humidity pack, but they do make a 69%. So I give it 69% humidity, 68 in at 68 degrees all year round. Sticking to the 70-70 rule or close to it. That's what I recommend. That's what I do. And I keep my cigars in a mason jar, just like pipe tobacco. And it does the job. Now, I've done plastic tubadors, which is where you take an airtight plastic container with a humidity pack and put cigars in it. That's okay, only for like a short time period. Like, I don't know, 3 months worth out of the year. Because anything above 3 months, that plastic, something to do with that plastic, will make your cigars end up being not good, not right. It'll taste terrible, and you don't want that. Especially when you spend big money on cigars, you know. You want your cigars to be fresh and outstanding. Well, my advice on that is you may want to use a mason jar because the glass is a different story. The airtight mason jar will keep the cigars fresh as long as you do that 70-70 rule, you know. Because I do mine 68 degrees, 69% humidity, and it works. In a mason jar, it works. Now that I use a huge mason jar, like a big one, and I got it from Amazon, and that's what I use it for. That's what I use it for. Because the tall mason jars I have, it's the biggest mason jar you can possibly get, whatever that size is. Now I always get the white, and it's wide mouth. But anywho, it can fit a Presidente cigar or which is the 9 inches in length cigar. It can fit that in there. I don't know anything about above a 9. I don't think I ever had a cigar above a 9 inch, but it will fit, and it'll fit a whole box. Like these bad boys, 7x54, it fits the whole box of 24 in there, no problem. And it's not expensive as some humidors out there. It's crazy how a wooden box can be so pricey. Same price as a box of cigars or even more, you know. I'm just not into that. I mean, the mason jars work, so it makes sense because the mason jar works for pipe tobacco. It's gonna work for cigars. It has to, you know. I never tried the Bovita bags, I've wanted to, but kind of hesitant about that plastic because of where I use plastic tubadores. I had a bad experience with that because I thought I could use it for long term. Mm-mm. And if I can't use it for long term, I don't want it. Period. I want something that can be long term, like a mason jar. That's long term. So, and they're not too expensive. Well, they're not, and they're nowhere near expensive as a humidor. Also, the humidors on Amazon, the wooden boxes kind, are trash. Absolutely dreadful. I even tried a high dollar electronic humidor, which is where you plug it in, and it's kind of like a fridge. You just plug it in. There you go. I tried that. That did not work very well. I don't know. Maybe it could have been the one I purchased. I don't know. I don't even remember the brand of it. It was such a long time ago. So I'm gonna tell you what works. It's the mason jar route. If you don't want to spend too much money on a humidor box or spend too much money on a humidor cabinet or something like that. You don't want to spend too much money. You basically want the job done, but not spend too much money on it. Mason jar is a good way to go. Something about that glass and a humidity pack in the right temperature. It'll keep your cigars fresh for a long time. So you can age them for a long time. Now, another thing is, I don't put, when I put my cigars in a mason jar, I don't put different cigars in there. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to put the Gloria Cubana Series R in that mason jar, the only thing going in that mason jar is the Gloria Cubana Series R. The other cigars are not going to be paired up with that. Not going to do that. Because every cigar is different. And when the aging process is going on, you don't want your little Gorka Monsters are mixed with the classic. It just don't work out like that. Which is why in humidors, why they have shelves or different sections for different kind of cigars. So, and another thing too, with mason jars, it's fine to put the humidity pack in there and then put the cigars in there. But to me, it's not fine to have him standing up like that. You don't want your cigar standing up like that because over time, pressure will build up and, it could damage your cigars when you're keeping it standing up like that. It's fine for a short period of time to take out a cigar and then, screw it back on and all that. It's fine. But I'm just saying, you don't want it sitting on the shelf like that for a long period of time. Now, what you want to do is when you stick these bad boys in there, you want to put the mason jar on its side to where it's laying flat like that. Because when a cigar lays flat like that, that's just the best wrap. That way it don't get damaged or anything. So that's just something to be mindful about if you don't know about cigars like that. Something to be mindful about. How to get this sucker going. That almost went out on me. Well, I'm at about 50-something minutes here. So, bottom line for the Gloria Cubana Series R is it's a high quality cigar, and I highly recommend it. Especially if you're looking for something with strength in it. Perfect. Because it's very strong, but not too strong to where it's not enjoyable. It's very strong, very enjoyable. And this is one of the cigars where I love it. So I'm always down to smoke this kind of cigar because it's very good. Very high quality cigar. And you can't go wrong with La Gloria Cubana. They're a great cigar brand. They know what they're doing when they come to cigars. They know what they're doing. So, if you haven't already, I'd highly recommend you check out the Gloria Cubana Series R. And check out the other ones too, because they're all good. They're all good. So, till next time, this is Durham with Prior to Briar. And I'll catch you in the next video, alright? Also, before I go, if you don't mind to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate you guys and girls. So I truly appreciate my audience. Everyone that's out there. And till next time, I'll catch you in the next video. Alright? Y'all have a good day.